Shalom, Israel. We're the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. We've been on the streets since 1969 trying to teach blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians that it is against the laws of God for the other races to mix. Okay? Blacks and whites cannot be mixing. Asians and what's called East Indians should not be mixing. Africans and Polynesians should not be mixing. God does not want the earth mixing in any way, shape, or form. Okay? Whether that's sexually or coming together as one nation. The Most High is against both of those. Give me Genesis, and we're going to show you. God is so against mainly, God is against interracial marriage. God is so against interracial marriage. I bet your Christian pastor never taught you. The flood was caused by interracial marriage. They try to teach you that the flood was caused by this person having sex with an angel. That's a lie. Read what you got.
The book of Genesis, chapter 6, verse 1. And it came to pass, when men began to multiply on the face of the earth.
When men began to multiply on the face of the earth. So meaning what? After the time of Adam, men became to grow big, right? And they began to multiply on the face of the earth. Keep going.
And the daughters were born unto them.
And daughters were born under them. Now, here's the problem. Your Christian pastor has you thinking that these men are you. That these men are what's called everybody on the earth, the children of Adam. That's not true. Adam is not called a man. Adam's called by a different name. Read.
Verse 2. That the sons of God.
The what?
The sons of God.
The sons of God. Okay, that's the name that Adam's called. Adam is called the son of God. And we can prove this. Give me Luke 3:38. Okay, because the Bible says Adam is the son of God. Okay, the
book of Luke,
your time.
Chapter 3, verse 38. Which was the son of Enos.
The son of Enos, keep going.
Which was the son of Seth.
Which is the son of Seth. We're going through the genealogy of Jesus Christ within Luke, okay? And we're going to see who the father of Adam is. Keep going.
Which was the son of Adam.
The son of Adam, right?
Which was the son of God.
The son of who?
God.
Who?
God.
Meaning what? Adam's descendants are also that Enos, that Seth, are also the sons of
God.
Okay, give me back to verse 2. Okay, these sons of God are the children of Adam. Adam is not the first man on the earth. Adam is just the first civilized man. Keep reading.
The book of Genesis, chapter 6, verse 2. That the sons of God saw the daughters of men, that they were fair.
Now, what is this talking about? That's talking about what's called our people wanting to love and wanting to idolize these other nations of people and their women. Okay, that is a big problem within our nation. Is that our men and our women even have a problem with what's called dealing amongst their own. The sons of God, and you have to understand the context and the spirit behind what is being said. We are the sons of God. Those are the daughters of men. Like, they're base. Okay, these other nations are beneath us, and we're going to get that in the scriptures. Okay, we are not to unite with these other nations as a people. Keep going. Salakia, keep going.
And they took them wives of which they chose.
Right. They took them wives of which they chose. Keep going.
Verse 3. And the Most High said, my spirit shall not always strive with man.
Now stop. Baba Kushar, give me the Zonda fans, Baba Kushar.
Come.
Okay, my spirit shall not always strive with man. Meaning what? That's like a parent. The Most High is our father, just like he is the father of Adam, right? He's our father. We are the children of Adam. So as Adam's descendants, we also inherit from that. Meaning what? I don't fight with my children. I don't fight with children, period. That's what an adult says. So I'm just going to do what I have to do to you. And what did he have to do with us? He had to flood us. Okay, keep going.
For that he also is flesh, yet his days shall be 120 years.
He is also flesh, meaning what? He started to shut down or slow down the amount of time that humans actually live.
Verse 4. There were giants in the earth in those days, and also after that.
Salaki, 1 sec. See, there were giants in those days, meaning what? What are the giants? You know? Ah, I found it. All right, Con. What are the giants, you know? Y'all what's up?
I've come to understand that it doesn't necessarily mean like somebody like Jack and Beanstalk.
Nah, not at all. That has nothing to do with that. Right. Napoleon's a giant. Well,
he's technically small, but
right.
He was a tyrant.
Exactly. Giant just means tyrant or warrior. It has nothing to do with size or literal stature. Con, keep going. There were giants in those days, right?
Verse 4. There were giants in the earth in those days.
Right.
And also after that, when the sons of God came in unto the daughters of men, and they bare children to them, the same became mighty men.
Meaning what? What's called? It was a good idea, and people were praised for going outside of their race, which is why God destroyed them. Not only were they going against what the Most High said, they were doing it and loving it, meaning like it was a good thing. Drop that and give me verse 8.
Verse 8. But Noah found grace in the eyes of the Most High.
Now let's see why Noah found grace. Keep going.
Verse 9. These are the generations of Noah.
Now you have to understand, there's a difference in the Hebrew, when it comes to certain words. There's two different words for generation, and they have two different meanings. One is talking about a point in history or a time period. Another is talking about the first 4 letters, which is what? G, meaning your bloodline. Okay? Keep reading.
Noah was a just man and perfect in his generations.
Noah was a just man and perfect in his generations. So what is this really saying? This is the Zondervan Pictorial Bible Dictionary. Okay, this is the definition for generation in the Bible Dictionary. The translation of 2 Hebrew words, toledoth, from a root yalad, to beget, used always in the plural, refers to lines of descent from an ancestor and occurs in the phrase, these are the generations of, introducing each of 11 sections of Genesis.
Let's lock out.
Con.
I have a question.
Con.
What page?
In the Zondervans?
Con.
305.
And the definition is for
generations. Con.
What?
Con. Now, 2, door. A period of time. The war. A period of time. Right? Meaning what? All the men living in a given period, characterized by a certain quality, a dwelling place or habitation. This is your generation. This is the time period in which Noah lives. So read that again. Read verse 9 again.
The book of Genesis, chapter 6, verse 9.
I'm doing this again so you have a better understanding of what your Christian pastor is not going in and re-explaining to you. Read on.
These are the generations of Noah.
These are the time periods. This is the time period that Noah lived in. Keep going.
Noah was a just man.
Noah was a righteous and just man. What makes you just? You keep the law. Keep going.
And perfect.
And perfect. Okay, it says he's perfect. But it's perfect how? Keep going.
And Noah walked with God.
No. And perfect how?
And his generations.
In his generations. What does that mean? His bloodline is perfect.
Right.
His bloodline comes directly from Adam. Why is it saying this? Why is it mentioning this? Because the other sons of God didn't do this.
Right.
I'm not putting anything in the Bible. These aren't my words. The scriptures did it. Then I had another whole other book written by our enemies to go in and say, yeah, that's how it should be broken down. One generation means a time period. The other generation is talking about your bloodline. So that means in the time of Noah, Noah was perfect because all his family members were from the same race. I didn't say anything. Right? Now, drop that. Give me Deuteronomy 7, the 7th chapter. And we're going to show you God is completely against race mixing. Matter of fact, before you do that, give me Exodus 4 and 11. Okay? We're going to talk about race mixing. Then I got a question for y'all. How'd that work out for Egypt? Did race mixing work out well for the Egyptians?
The book of Exodus, chapter 4, verse 11.
Salakia. 1 second. There's 7. Okay. One second. Matter of fact, just give me Deuteronomy 7. Actually, give me Exodus 12 real quick. Exodus 12th chapter. How'd that work? But yeah, I got a question. How'd that work out so well for the Egyptians, race mixing and coming together in unity? Okay.
Exodus chapter 12, verse what?
1. You can start at 1 now.
The book of Exodus.
Stop. Hold on. 1 second. Give me 11 and 5, because people don't understand. People know things about the scriptures, but really don't understand that things out in the scriptures. Like, if you were to really think about like the things out in the scriptures and still say God is all love, you sound stupid. Give me 11 and verse 5.
Okay. Book of Exodus, chapter 11, verse 5. And all the firstborn in the land of Egypt shall die.
Shall what?
Shall die.
Now, this is all inclusive. God loves everybody. Keep going.
From the firstborn of Pharaoh that sitteth upon his throne.
For you starting with Pharaoh, son. Keep going.
Even unto the firstborn of the maidservant.
Even to the firstborn of the maidservant. Keep going.
That is behind the mill.
That is behind the mill. Keep going.
And all the firstborn of the beast.
And all the firstborn of the beast, meaning not even their animals were spared. Their cow, well, not a cow. Their young bulls and their dogs died. Keep going.
Verse 6. And there shall be a great cry Throughout all the land of Egypt.
Throughout all the land of what?
Egypt.
Throughout what?
Egypt.
There shall be a cry throughout all the land of Egypt. Now, why? Why is he doing this to the Egyptians, y'all?
Because they plotted against the Lord's chosen.
They plotted against who?
Israel.
But no, use the word that you used.
The Lord's chosen.
The Lord's chosen.
Right.
That's racist, though.
That's correct.
That's racist. Like, for me to have a chosen, like, understand what I mean when I say that. You think we were the only slaves ever?
Lie.
That stupid white man. Salaki, shout out, if anybody hasn't seen that video of Captain Nazariak battling some goddamn white man. Understand, our oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of. He's very crafty.
Right.
Like, I had that, while that white man was really sitting there saying, this people kidnap this people, people kidnap this people, people kidnap this people. So why should we care about when y'all got enslaved and when y'all had to suffer? I thought about that in my head, and I'm like, yo, like, that is the coolest, dumbest logic I have ever heard. I wish people, like, if I wasn't in the school, I wish people would keep logic like that. Because you know what that means, y'all, sir?
What?
I can push you to the ground, punch you, rob your money, and then when you complain about it, are you the first person ever to be assaulted and robbed? Wow. No? Then get over it.
Right.
That's their mentality. You're not the first slaves, so what happened to you doesn't matter. Okay? This is how our oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of. And here's the truth. It's not about unity. It's never about unity. We were unified with the Egyptians. You know what that unity was? Enslavement. We're unified with the Americans today. You know what that unity is? Enslavement. Okay? What's called? We aren't the only slaves, but we're the only ones God gave a damn about. That's racism. Okay? He didn't try to say, let's come together. He didn't bang a tambourine. He didn't tell Moses and Aaron to have a goddamn gospel fest. He told an angel, kill him, kill his children, kill his employees' kids. Literally. Keep going.
Such as there was none like it, nor shall be it.
Be like it.
Nor shall be like it anymore.
Verse 7.
Verse 7. But against
what?
any.
The first word?
But.
What?
But.
What?
But.
However. Right? Keep going.
Against any of the children of Israel.
Meaning against any of the children of Israel. Keep going.
Shall not a dog move his tongue.
Shall not a dog move his tongue. What does that mean? Don't talk about my children. Don't deal with my children. And this is what happens when you specifically mess with the sons of God. Okay? You have to deal with our Father now. Okay? We are not allowed to deal with other nations. And when other nations treat us wrong, our Father punishes them. And when we do go against what our Father says, our Father punishes us. Usually, we've gone and followed some other nation, and now that nation has come up over us. Understand, so you can understand, the Most High is like a good father with a good son. And you know and understand, it's like, you know and understand, your son doesn't know any better, and to him, the guys on the corner do like him. They give him $1 every now and then. They talk to him. They went to school together. They're high school friends. They have chemistry together. They have geometry together. Okay? But your son doesn't understand what you do. The Most High understands the nation, what America tries to do, all this voting crap, isn't going to get us nowhere. The Most High understands America don't love us. Okay? And that's the point. The drug dealer on the corner does not love your son. Otherwise, he'd tell your son to get in the goddamn house. The drug dealer just wants to use your son as a pack meat and have your son move the weight for him so that he can finally sit in the crib and call himself a kingpin. and call himself a supplier. That's what the drug dealer wants with your son. That's what these other nations want with Israel. These other nations just want to rob and abuse us as a nation. Okay? So when we go loving them, that's what happens. It's no different, like, it's like, what's it called? There's many analogies you could give for this. It's like a stupid woman, a stupid married woman who thinks every Tom, Dick, and Harry, who puts a smile on his face and texts her good morning beautiful, wants to be with her for the rest of her life. So she'll get up out of bed with that right good man who does everything for her for a good morning text. That's our nation. The Most High saying don't be like that though. Okay? The Most High killed these people. Why? Because he loved us. Keep going.
Against man or beast.
Against man or beast. Keep going.
That ye may know how the Most High doth put a difference between the Egyptians and Israel.
Is that put a what?
A difference.
A what?
A difference.
Keep going.
Between the Egyptians and Israel.
Okay, now give me 12 and 23. Well, actually, and the difference between the Egyptians and Israel. We're different. Now I'm gonna skip through it. Give me Deuteronomy 7. We're going because we ain't got too much time. Okay, now understand that hot event turns into a high holy day. Speaking of which, the Passover is in a few days, is in a few months. The hotel info just got released. If you are trying to book, get your info now. Get everything in .com. No, Deuteronomy 7 and 1. You can start around 2. I'll let you know. Okay, get your info in now. Passover is the celebration of the Most High killing those Africans. What unity is there in that? First off, no non-Israelite can come into our temple. So where's the unity in that? Where's there unity in us coming together? God does not want us coming together by his laws. Okay? Then, even if they were allowed to come in, you really about to sit here and have an African celebrate his own destruction? You really about to sit here and have a Greek celebrate Hanukkah and celebrate when Judas Maccabeus killed thousands of Greeks? All right? I bet, let's see how happy actual British people are during the 4th of July. Keep going. Read.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 2. And when the Most High thy power shall deliver them before thee.
Now, this is talking about the people of Canaan, right? Right? Most High had us kick people out of the promised land before we got it. Why? Because he wants to see us be men. He wants to see us put in work. Now, you're not going to just he doesn't just give us things. You have to show your work ethic. Okay? So he's saying, when the Most High delivers them before you, keep going.
Thou shalt smite them.
Keep going.
And utterly destroy them.
Keep going.
And shall make no covenant with them.
What is a covenant?
A contract, sir.
Give me a little more.
A promise.
Give me a little more.
An agreement.
Give me a little more.
A peace treaty.
Perfect. That's the word you need. A peace treaty. You're going to make no covenant with them. You're going to make no peace with them. You're not going to sit down. Moses or Joshua is not going to sit down with the Canaanites and say, look, we about to sit here. We got this agreement. This belongs to us. This belongs to you. Kill them. Utterly destroy them. That's what God said to do to this nation. Keep going.
Thou shalt make no covenant with them.
Keep going.
Nor show mercy unto them.
Meaning what? They can get on their knees and beg us. We're not to show mercy unto them. That is a law in the Bible. To not show these people mercy. The Bible is not about unity. Keep going.
Verse 3. Neither shalt thou make marriages with them.
Neither shall you what?
Marriages with them.
Keep going.
Thy daughters thou shalt not give unto his sons.
Okay, meaning what? You can't give your daughter to his son. Keep going.
Nor his daughter shalt thou take unto thy son.
And you can't take his daughter and give him to your son. There is no such thing as interracial marriage. This is one of the main scriptures right here that lets you know that interracial marriage is a sin. Keep going.
Verse 4, for they will turn away thy son from following me.
Meaning what? Okay, keep going. Meaning what? You go and you marry a white woman, you will put a tree in your house, a Christmas tree in your house. You will have that Buddha tree in your house. Okay, keep going.
That they may serve other gods.
Keep going.
So will the anger of the Most High be kindled against you.
So will the anger of the Most High be kindled against you. Keep going.
And destroy thee suddenly.
And destroy you suddenly. Okay, meaning what? You deal with another nation, you'll end up like Tiger Woods. You'll end up like OJ. Okay, who's another one who got it bad for dealing with the devil? You'll end up crazy like Sammy Sosa. Sammy Sosa done lost his goddamn mind. Okay, I'm waiting to see what happens to all these other stars. I think it's okay to deal with devils. Matter of fact, isn't Dr. Dre going through how right? Dr. Dre's rib, if somebody could confirm that, if I'm not mistaken, isn't Dr. Dre's rib also the one he's divorcing? Isn't that also a heathen? If somebody could confirm that for me. Yahshua, I see you in there. Most High Trace, get that brother Yahshua in. He always in classes, man, regardless. Most High Trace, keep going.
Verse 5. But thus ye deal with them.
This is how you deal with them. You don't make covenants. You don't marry them. But this is what you do. Keep going.
You shall destroy their altars.
Destroy their what?
Their altars.
What is their altars? Read the next part.
And break down their images.
What does that mean? Destroy their altars and break down their images.
Their synagogues.
Give me a little more.
Their places of worship.
Right, their religion.
Right.
There is no freedom of religion according to the Bible. It is a death penalty crime, according to God, to say anything other than John 1:1. In the beginning, the powers created the heavens and the earth. That is it. You'll lose your life for that. Understand that. You die for going against the Bible. That is the law of the land. We burned your religion. White Jesus is getting set on fire. Your Christian church is getting set on fire. That's what the Bible says to do. Break down their images. The image of white Jesus is an engraven image. And their altars. What is the altar? That's where they go to offer food to white Jesus, traditionally. But I guess you could call that what the church calls the pulpit and all that. Keep going.
And cut down their groves.
Cut down their groves. Keep going.
And burn their graven images with fire.
That great image. Okay, we'll take the Kabbalah stone and break it into pieces. And we'll take that great image of Caesar Borgia, which the world ignorantly calls white Jesus. Okay, we're gonna take him, the big one that they have in like Peru or whatever, and we're gonna burn those. Okay. Keep going.
Verse 6.
Now, keep going. Read.
For thou art an holy people.
Thou art a what?
Unholy people.
What does holy mean?
Separate.
What?
Separate.
So what does that mean? We are separate.
Special people.
Give me more.
We're put aside.
Say what?
The last of the Mohegan. The creme of the crop.
Okay, I wouldn't use that last Mohegan, but we are separated, meaning we're aside from everybody else. We're different from everybody else. There's regular dishes, then there's fine china. Your mother lets the regular dishes be in whatever cabinet, but there's a special glass cabinet that your mother has all the good silverware in, all the shiny plates, okay, and all the shiny forks and spoons. That's what we are. We're separated. We're holy. Keep going.
The Most High thy power have chosen thee to be a special people.
That's us. We're special. Fine China gets put inside of a special shelf. Keep going.
Unto himself. Above all people that
Above
are
what?
Above all that are upon the face of the earth.
Keep going. Wait, what's called? Above all people that are upon the face of the earth. So what does that mean? We're above every other nation that exists on earth. Okay, the scripture just said it. Okay, keep going.
Verse 7. The Most High did not set his love upon you.
His what?
His love upon you.
His what?
His love upon you.
What's the important word in there? Love. He gave us his love. Right? Keep going.
Nor choose you, because ye were more in number than any people.
Right? Okay. Keep going.
For ye were the fewest of all people.
Meaning we were the smallest race of people, but he still chose to love us. Keep going, verse 8.
But because the Most High loved you.
What?
Because the Most High loved you.
Now drop that. Give me Romans 9 and 13. Okay. We're going to skip over a bit. We're going to go into a few more. Give me, in a minute, I'm going to have you go in the Apocrypha for me. But I just want to get this out of here so we can get an understanding. Now, I said this today. I'm going to reiterate it in case anyone didn't understand or doesn't understand the concept of why this is righteous and good. Okay, keep going. We'll get into it. Give me 13.
The book of Romans, chapter 9, verse 13. As it is written,
right?
Jacob have I loved.
Jacob is who? The father of the Israelites. And we just saw that God said, I love the Israelites, right? And they're above all nations. And I don't want them marrying outside of their nation, right? And I want to keep them separated and holy from every other nation, right? Now, let's see how he feels about another nation. Keep going.
But Esau have I hated.
Have I what?
Hated.
God doesn't hate.
Hated.
Hate is a strong word.
Hated.
God hates Esau. Okay. Keep going.
Verse 14. What shall we say then? Is there unrighteousness with God? God forbid.
Meaning what? Well, keep going.
Verse 15. For he said unto Moses, I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy.
Meaning what? So is God messed up? People would ask, is God messed up because he sat there and said, I want to love Esau, the oppressor. No, I want to love blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, Jacob, right? And I'm going to hate the oppressor, Esau. No. And so is God wrong? Is God unrighteous? God forbid. Hell no. God's not unrighteous. Why? Because he said to Moses, I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy. Keep going.
And I will have compassion on whom I will have compassion.
And I will have compassion on whom I will have compassion. Meaning what? It's my choice. I get to say who gets treated what way. And here's the thing about it. Here's why he says mercy and compassion. Why? Because both Jacob and Esau have gone against the Most High's instructions. However, we'll be the only one to not be punished, to not receive full punishment, rather, because this is our punishment right here for it. Okay, what's called our oppressor's punishment, Esau's punishment, is the capital and the coronavirus, and the fact that you can see America is slowly but surely falling. Keep going.
Verse 16.
Salakia, drop that. Give me 20.
Verse 20. Nay, but oh man, who art thou that repliest against God?
Yo, who are you to be talking to God saying he's wrong for how he organized everything? Like, who are you to really sit here and say God's wrong because the NBA is full of black people? Who are you to say that God's wrong, that Tiger Woods, just one black man alone, completely upended golf? That Serena and Venus completely upended tennis. And the new sister, the Haitian sister, what's it called? Shout out to that sister. I forgot her name at the moment. Her name escapes me, but that sister is a good one. She actually is dating a brother in her race. She ain't like Serena. Most high in Christ for her. But yeah, who are you to say that God was wrong to make most of the great inventions of America come from a black or Hispanic? Who are you to say that God was wrong for that? Keep going.
Shall that thing formed say to him that formed it, why thou hast made me thus?
Meaning what? What's it called? If something created, ever then go to the thing that created and say, why'd you create me this way? Meaning what? Okay, I'm gonna give you an example, but read the next verse.
Verse 21. Hath not the potter power over the clay?
Hath not the potter power over the clay? What does that mean?
The creator over the creation, sir?
Basically, right. Keep going. The potter power over the clay, like a vase. Keep going.
Of the same lump, to make one vessel unto honor and another unto dishonor.
He made one vessel unto honor and another vessel unto dishonor. Now, what does that mean? I'm going to use two different examples. Basically, same thing. I'm going to use porcelain and I'm going to use regular clay. I'll start with the clay since that's what the Bible used. I can use clay to make a vase to put flowers, and then I can take a portion of that clay, rip it off, and make a spittoon to spit in. Right? It's the same clay. It comes from the same base, right? But at the end of the day, they have two totally different purposes. One is meant to hold, I don't want to say excrement, but waste, right? The other is meant to hold flowers. How did he say it? To make one vessel unto honor, the vase, and another vessel, another unto dishonor, the spittoon, right? What's called? Now, what's another example? Porcelain, like I said, can be used for fine china. It can also be used for teeth, right? So I can take porcelain, right? And before I make it, and I can take a piece of it, a chunk of it, right? And I'm gonna make me a porcelain china set with small plates, big plates. Give me some silver spoons and all that. Yeah, I'm gonna make me some silver spoons and all that, so on and so forth. Then I'm gonna take another group of porcelain, and then I'm gonna turn that into a toilet. And the silver spoons, the metal that was used for that, that's gonna be used for the to tighten it and to bolt it down. One vessel is made to honor, another vessel is made to dishonor. That's what this means. We were made to be honored. We were made to be kings and priests on the earth. The white man was made to be our slave in that day. That is his purpose. But what's the problem? We went against the Most High and wanted to unite with our slaves. We wanted to stop being kings and priests and start being friends with slaves. People that did not like us. People that don't have our best interests at heart. Okay? And what happens? This. We get enslaved. We get put at the bottom. This is why unity is against the scriptures. Unity with the nations. Because it does not work. Drop that. Yeah, drop it. Keep going.
Verse 22. What if God, willing to show his wrath and to make his power known, endure with much long suffering the vessels of wrath fitted to destruction, and that he might make known.
Slack, keep going.
And that he might make known the riches of his glory on the vessels of mercy.
Meaning what? He's allowing everything you see to happen here, right, with America, so that he can destroy America and prove you cannot do this. You got all these people here together, and the main people that created it are now trying to destroy it, like literally. Like a year and a half ago, those same people loved America. But because of the Most High and his brilliance, they now hate this country. Okay? They're now actively plotting civil war. Give me Tobit 4 and 12. Okay? And we're going to show you God is against interracial marriage. Okay? Actually, Slaki, before hold Tobit. There's one more I want before that because I ended the class off with that one. But give me hold Tobit and let me get Psalms 2 and 8. You got it?
What?
Keep going.
The book of Psalms, chapter 2, verse 8.
Right.
Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance.
For thy what?
For thine inheritance.
For thy what?
Inheritance.
Keep going. Meaning what? Meaning what? We're going to take them and enslave them. We're going to inherit them. Keep going.
And the uttermost parts of the earth for thy possession.
Meaning we will rule the earth according to the Bible. This isn't my words. This is what the Bible just said. Okay? We're going to rule the earth under Jesus Christ. Okay? The heathen shall be a possession of Jesus Christ. And then what's he going to do? Great, good, wise and faithful servant. What's called be over 10 cities. You're going to be the king and priest that spoke about in Revelations. Okay? Now drop that. Give me Tobit. We're going to end it off soon enough. John.
Which verse, sir?
4 and 12.
The book of Tobit, chapter 4, verse 12. Beware of all whoredom, my son, and chiefly take a wife of the seed of thy fathers.
Beware of all whoredom, and chiefly, what is whoredom? You know?
Prostitution.
No.
That's what I got.
Whoredom is any unlawful. Whoredom is fornication. Fornication, for those who don't know, is not sex before marriage. Sex is marriage, according to the Bible. Fornication is any unlawful sexual action. When you look up whoredom in a dictionary, it'll tell you lewd or sexual actions. It's not just prostitution. Okay? Any evil act against God sexually is called whoredom. Now, read that from the top and let's see the type of whoredom he's talking about.
The book of Tobit, chapter 4, verse 12. Beware of all whoredom, my son.
Keep going.
And chiefly take a wife of the seed of thy fathers.
So what does that mean? Interracial marriage is a type of fornication. It is an unlawful sexual action to go outside of your race. In ancient times, you would have been killed for doing such. Keep going.
And take not a strange woman to wife.
Do not marry someone from another nation. That's what a strange woman is. Like a stranger, a foreigner. Keep going.
Which is not of thy father's tribe.
Right? Keep going.
For we are the children of the prophets. Noah.
Noah, right? Now, why is it saying Noah and why is it starting off with Noah? Very simple. And we covered it today.
Because he populated the earth?
No. We covered it today. He was perfect
in his generation.
God. That's why it starts with him. We are the sons of the prophets. Keep going. We are
the children of the prophets.
Keep going.
Noah, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
Okay. Meaning what? Keep going.
Remember, my son, that our fathers from the beginning.
From the what?
From the beginning.
Meaning all the way going back to Adam. We don't even need Noah. But from the beginning, keep going.
Even that they all married wives of their own kindred.
Meaning what? Why is it saying it about? What does that mean about Noah? Noah married his own family. Why? What else does that mean? Everybody else in his family did too. Even his descendants, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Right? Keep going.
And were blessed in their children.
Why is it saying that? Because according to the Bible, that is a blessing. Okay, keep going.
And their seed shall inherit the land.
And the Most High says, if you do not do this, your children will go dirt poor. Your children will not inherit. Keep going.
Verse 13. Now therefore, my son, love thy brethren.
Love who?
Thy brethren.
No, love everybody.
Thy brethren.
What's called? We're all people.
Thy brethren.
You all believe red.
Thy brethren.
Keep going.
And despise not in thy heart thy brethren.
And don't despise him, right? Keep going.
The sons and daughters of thy people.
Don't despise your own, right? Keep going.
And not taking a wife of them.
That's what it means when you go and have sex with a white woman. That's what it means when you go and have sex with an African or someone outside of our nation. You hate black people. That's not my words. That's not how I feel about the situation. That is what the Bible just said. Don't despise your brethren, the sons and daughters of your people, in not taking a wife from them. You hate blacks and Hispanics if you yourself do not marry a black or Hispanic. Keep going.
For in pride is destruction, and much trouble. And in lewdness.
You think, meaning what? You think you're above this black woman because you have a certain job. You think you're above a certain man, a black man, because you have a certain job or you have a certain status. Or what's called, she acts in a way that's what's called different from what you want, which is mainly you're a punk, my guy. You're probably a punk, and she's calling you a devil because devils are punks. And our women don't like punks. Our women would like you to be their punk, but other than that, don't look like or associate yourself with any type of punkness. Okay? And that's what you are. And she's not going to deal with that. Okay? Keep going.
And in lewdness is decay.
What is lewdness? Going around loving. Tiger Woods want to marry a white maid. Come to find out, he's having sex with every white porn star there is. What's called? And in lewdness is decay. What happened? What happened when that white woman found out? She beat his behind with his own golf club, and he just started. It took him 10 years to get a win after that. Tiger Woods could do no wrong until he dealt with lewdness. What is lewdness? Lewdness is unlawful sexual actions, just immoral sexual conduct. Okay? It leads to rotting, is what the Bible is saying. You rot away. Look at OJ. You think OJ is in a good position? You think OJ want to be OJ right now? No. Keep going.
And great want.
Keep
For
going.
lewdness is the mother of famine.
What does that mean? Lewdness is the mother of famine. That's like the prodigal son. The prodigal son thought it was a good idea to take his money and live life like it was a party. Now he's broke. The hoes don't want him no more, and he's somebody's slave. Right? Keep going. Give me Ecclesiasticus 13 and 15. Ecclesiasticus 13.
The book of Ecclesiasticus.
Give me start with verse 9. We gonna end off with this. We're gonna end off in 1 second with this one. Keep going. Yeah, verse 9.
Chapter 13, verse 9.
Try to read a little quick.
A covetous man's eye is not satisfied.
No, Ecclesiasticus.
Right.
13, verse 9.
A covetous man.
Yeah, that's not it. Ecclesiasticus. In the Apocrypha.
If thou be invited of a mighty man, withdraw thyself.
If thou be invited of a mighty man, keep going.
And so much the more will he invite thee.
Meaning what? If a mighty man wants to bring you over and call to talk to you or whatever, don't go. Withdraw yourself. But doing that, you'll make him want to deal with you more. Keep going.
Verse 10. Press thou not upon him.
Don't be up in this man's face, because he's some mighty great man. Okay, don't be a brown noser is what this is saying. Keep going.
Lest thou be put back.
So in case he just say, yeah, he's annoying, I don't even want to be around him now. Keep going.
Stand not far off.
Keep going.
Lest thou be forgotten.
Meaning what? Be in the middle. Don't hide behind the garbage can or hide behind these two tall guys. What's it called? Because then you'll just be forgotten. Keep going.
Affect not be made equal unto him in talk.
Okay, don't affect to be made. Don't go out thinking that you can be made equal with someone like Donald Trump. If Donald Trump says, "Yeah, we're friends now. Put on this MAGA hat and we're cool," that doesn't make you Donald Trump's friend. Keep going.
And believe not his many words.
And don't believe the things that Donald Trump is saying out of his mouth. Like I love Latinos. Keep going.
For with much communication will he tempt thee.
With much communication, he's just gonna yap your ear off about everything, and he's gonna tempt you. Keep going. Tempt you how? You know what's called? Y'all got so much bad. What's called? By having Martin Luther King come into the community to push Planned Parenthood. Keep going.
And smiling upon
thee, and so on and so forth. And smiling upon thee. Keep going.
We'll get out thy secrets.
What are thy secrets? The billions of dollars that the black community was worth in the 1950s. The white man saw that we were the highest earners within the United States and said, we have to destroy this. And they went about doing it. They wanted to find out the secret to how that was. And they discovered it's segregation and slavery and racism. Because everybody looks at them and says, oh, it's a nigger, get out of my store. They only can go to their own stores. And because they can only go to their own stores, money's allowed to generate amongst them and just pile on. Okay? White people were able to discover this and then said 12.
But cruelty he will lay up thy words.
Keep going.
and will not spare to them
to
the hurt.
do the hurt. Meaning what? He sees that you're succeeding 100 years after slavery. Y'all are the highest earners in the country. He cruelly laid up those words and said, okay, I know what to do with that now. Never allowing this again. And now I'm going to destroy your communities. Now I'm going to fill them with heroin, then crack. Then I'm gonna go on the news and say you're all drug dealers and such and addicts. To give the public the sense that it's right for me to force my way into your community, beat you, oppress you, arrest you, falsely imprison you, so on and so forth. Keep going. This is why we do not unite with our enemies. Our oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of, and all these other races are no better. Keep going.
And to put thee in prison.
And to put thee in what?
In prison.
In what?
In prison.
13.
Observe and take good heed.
You need to look and you need to listen. Keep going.
For thou walkest in peril of thy overthrowing.
Meaning what? Because at any minute, somebody's trying to take you down and take your spot. The spot in what? We don't really have anything. Here's your spot. Your spot in your house, black man. Okay? You are the head of a house. Our oppressor is trying to get you out that house anyway so he can destroy it and put your son in a dress. So he can destroy it and put your daughter on a pole. Okay? He's trying to overthrow you and undermine your authority. And the sad thing is, your wife is helping him. Keep going.
When thou hearest these things, awake in thy sleep.
Awake in thy sleep. Keep going.
Love the Most High all thy life.
That's what you should be doing. You should be loving the Most High all your life. Instead, we want to love Joe Biden. We want to love the Democrats all our lives. But the Democrats hate us. Keep going.
And call upon him for thy salvation.
And call upon him for thy salvation. Right? Keep going.
For every beast loveth his life.
Every beast what?
Loveth his life.
Meaning what? This is what the Bible says. Every type of being, every type of animal deals with their own. And deals with their own exclusively. Dogs chase cats. Cats eat mice. Keep going.
And every man loveth his neighbor.
And every man loveth who?
His neighbor.
Your neighbor is your people. That's what this is talking about. We can get that in Leviticus 19 and 27. Keep going. Come, we got to hurry up so we can get out of here. All flesh.
All flesh consorteth according to kind.
Now, meaning what? All flesh goes with their own. Keep going.
And a man will cleave to his light.
To his what?
To his light.
To his light. You're my light. Okay? Your community has crack corners just like mine does. Okay? Your family, goes through similar situations that my family does. We're in the same situation historically that I am, together. Okay? We'll deal with our life. And it's not just because we share similar, I could probably find a white man with it, but you and I, we are of the same bloodline. We're about to, well, now you're a bit lighter than me, but you understand. Right? Keep going.
What fellowship have the wolf with the lamb?
And that's just trying to explain to you one last time that the idea of us coming together as a nation is stupid and dumb. What fellowship hath the wolf with the lamb? And for all y'all idiots that are saying, or try to bring up that scripture that says, the wolf shall lay down with the sheep. That's not literal. That's talking about your stick-up kid not robbing grandma. That's what that's talking about. The stick-up kid that would rob your grandmother after she gets her SSI check, that brother in the kingdom of heaven will be the one shooting somebody who even thinks about robbing your grandmother when she gets her SSI check. The sheep shall lay down with the wolf. That's what that's talking about. This is literally talking about a wolf and a lamb. What fellowship have the lamb with the wolf? Have the wolf with the lamb. Meaning, like, they have no business with each other other than negativity. We have no business with the so-called white man other than negativity. Only business we have with him is him trying to kill us. It's him lying to us. It's him further destroying us. Him pushing some BS inside of our community. Keep going.
So the sinner with the godly.
So the sinner with the godly. We're a godly race of people. What did Las Casas say when he arrived in the New World? The Spaniards were devils, but the Indians were the only true Christians. Why? Because they were kind, they were hospitable. And our oppressor is such a devil. That devil last night told Captain Desire, there was no one over here, just Indians. That's the mentality of the so-called white man. There was no one over here, just Indians. So what does that mean? Y'all, what's up? In his mind, what does that mean?
The brute beast.
No. He doesn't see Indians as anything. You're not even no one. There was no one over here. Just Indians. Like, ain't nobody in the house, just me and the dog. I don't even consider you a person. I don't consider you someone worthy of mentioning inside of a space. Our oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of. Keep going.
What agreement is there between the hyena and a dog?
These are two different animals. What agreement can they have together? One is a wild animal that hunts the basis of things. The other is a loyal dog that usually has all its food given to him by a master. These two things don't agree. These two things wouldn't really get along. They're two different likenesses. What did the scriptures say about Jacob and Esau? A different manner of people. Keep going.
And what peace between the rich and the poor?
And what peace? And what peace between the rich and the poor? There is none. Keep going. There is no peace between the rich and the poor. Understand something. The Capitol riots are basically because rich white people made decisions for poor white people. And they don't like that. Poor white people, I'm not going to get too into it. Poor white people have a problem with what's called, their whole thing about America and their love of America is the fact that in their mind, I am complete. You have to understand, in the minds of white people, or most white people, what they did at the Capitol is correct and good to do. You can do that. They did it a little extreme, quote unquote, depending on what white person you talk to. But that's their constitutional right. This country was created off the idea that if I don't like the government, I can get my guns, militarize, and take down said government. What did they do last Wednesday? Right? That's what this comes from. That's what this is. So, what's it called? As far as that goes, this is what you have. You have the rich and the poor fighting each other. Why? The rich white people and poor white people basically fighting each other. Why? Because at the end of the day, not even the rich and the poor can come together. But you want to take us, which are a second-class society within America, and think we can actually be any way combined with the first-class society in America. George M. Frederickson did a study in a book called The Black Image and the White Mind. I forgot exactly where the quote came from, who said the quote, but it was stated, the only way blacks and whites could ever come together would be in a servile position, meaning there's one of us has to be a master, the other has to be a servant. The problem is, our people are so in love with the lie of America, we'll happily be the servant. Keep going.
Verse 19. As the wild ass is the lion's prey, in the wilderness, so the rich eat up the poor.
The rich eat the poor, meaning what? Just like a lion devours saliva. Just like a lion devours a donkey, the rich, the rich eat up the poor. It's their job. Like, you gotta understand. You think Jeff Bezos is Jeff Bezos because you make $15 at Amazon? Yes, that's exactly why he's Jeff Bezos. Jeff Bezos could probably pay you $20 an hour to work at Amazon, $30 an hour to work at Amazon, $40 an hour to work at Amazon. You understand Amazon, Jeff Bezos alone, right? Because his cut is probably only around like 40-something%. Jeff Bezos alone makes about $3,000 a minute, at least. That number could be off by a few thousand, higher, right? But yet and still, you make $15,000, and in an hour, what's 3 times? He's made $18,000 plus in an hour. By the end of the day, come on, right? Okay, that exists. Why? Because that's the way it is. Jeff Bezos is going to make all the money, and you're going to stay poor. That's how the system works. And I'm going to make you work long hours, right? And I'm going to make you do other BS, because the purpose is I need you tired when you get off work, so you just shut up, go home, go to sleep, and get ready for work. Otherwise, you might create your own Amazon. The rich eat up the poor. Okay, and we have always been a second-class nation inside of America. There has never, ever been a plan to properly integrate black people inside of this country. Keep going.
As the proud hate humility, so does the rich abhor the poor.
Keep going. Meaning, as the proud hate humility, so doth the rich abhor the poor. We don't like them. We hate, what's called, the rich do not like the poor. Meaning why? Because I have to feed you. I have to clothe you. I have to give you medical attention. Like imagine you are some rich bastard who, okay, goes to a Rent-A-Center or a Hertz, and they give him a Mitsubishi instead of a Lamborghini. Like, the hell you got me driving a Lamborghini for? Do you know who I am? I'm Kanye West. I'm Tiger. I'm Jeff Bezos. I'm Elon Musk. Well, Elon Musk got his own cars, but you understand what I mean? Just like that, a rich man is going to be like, yo, why do I have to feed all these poor people? Why is it my responsibility? Because God said so. Keep going.
A rich man beginneth to fall.
Stop. You could drop that. And with that, okay, now understand. Is there anything else? Okay. Now, that we about to end it off. Okay, what's it called? Basically, long and short, God does not like interracial marriage. If you are what's called, you need to get in class and learn how to properly serve God and keep his laws. There's more than 613 plus laws inside of these scriptures, okay? Get in class, and find out how to keep all of them. Shalom. Let's go.